Hi, this video is going to show you how to use the schedule of courses to search for classes. This is just one way that you as a student can find classes in the Penn State system, but it can be a helpful way, especially if you're looking for something within a specific gen ed category. This is publicly available, so if you go to the website schedule.psu.edu, it will take you to this page right here. And what I find most helpful is to click on the class search here in the middle. Okay. Once I get here, make sure you check the term. Right now, the only term available is spring 2021, but there are times where you can see multiple terms. So make sure that you're on the correct term. Otherwise, you'll be looking at classes from the wrong semester. And then you want to go ahead and enter your campus if you have a specific campus in mind. In most cases, you will. So go ahead and put Erie. So Behrend is under Erie for purposes of this. If you know what specific subject you're looking for, then you can go ahead and enter that. So maybe I know I want Math 140. I can go ahead and go to Math and type in 140 and then hit search. It does default to search for open classes only. I like to keep it here simply because this allows me to not see what is full and only see what's currently available. But you can unclick this button to see if there are full or waitlisted sections as well. So then I'm just going to click search. And right now, at this very moment in time, as of right now live, there is one open section of Math 140 at Penn State Behrend. Okay, I can see some pretty basic information on this page here, such as the time, the instructor, the dates. If I want to get more specific, I'm going to click on either of these two hyperlinks over here. They'll take me to the same place. So if I click on the section number, I'm going to get a lot of additional information here. I'm going to be able to see if it's a gen ed course. I'm going to see if there are enforced prerequisites for this course. I'm also going to be able to see how many seats are still available, which can be really important. 10 seats being available versus 1 seat can make a big difference. And then I can also get a quick description about the course. One other really nice place is that you can actually go here to click View Books, and it will take you to the bookstore's webpage. And if the instructor has ordered the book, you can see the information on the book as well as select the format if you want to order directly from the bookstore from this website. So that's a really helpful little tip that I can give you for that. Okay, then you're going to go back. I always recommend clicking View Search Results and or Modify Search if you're going back. If you decide that this is a section that you want, you as a student will have a button that's here that's green that says select, and you can select that and add that to your enrollment shopping cart. Okay. Maybe this isn't the exact class you want, or maybe it is, you've added it to your cart and you want to go back and add another class. That's where you can go to Modify Search. Okay. Now, maybe I know I've got calculus, but I also need to find a general arts class. How am I going to do that? I don't know exactly what classes fall under the art category. I might guess that art or art history do, but what else does? And that's where the additional search criteria comes into play. Okay, so you'll see this little arrow here that's closed. You can open it up and you get a ton of extra information in here that you can put to search by general education category and by other things. Okay, so for example, if I want to search by general education arts classes, I'm going to click on the course attribute button and go to general education. You will see the other options. Bachelor of Arts, that's where you might look for like an other cultures class. Cultural diversity is US or international cultures. A first year seminar, general education, honors courses if you're in the honors program, or writing across the curriculum. Okay, so general education has the most underneath it, and that's usually where I'm going most often. Then I'm going to see a list of all of the general education course categories. For right now, I'm going to select arts because that's the category I'm going to look for. This is all I'm going to do. I'm going to look for open arts categories, but you can get even more specific here. You can search by days of the week. So maybe you are trying to get a schedule that's more Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday focused. Maybe you're trying to balance the schedule out and want another class on Tuesday, Thursday. You can search that way. You can search by meeting time. So maybe if you are an athlete and you need to be done by 4 o'clock, you can search by courses that end before 4 p.m. or you don't want to get up for that 8 a.m. You can search by classes that start after 9 or 10 a.m. You can search by instructor last name. So maybe if you had an instructor, you want to see if they're and you really like them and you want to see if they're teaching other classes. And right now, super helpful and important is you can also search by mode of instruction. So if you are entirely remote, and want to take only COVID remote or COVID web classes, you can search that way. Or if you'd rather have things that are mixed mode or in person, you can also search that way. So that's really, really, really helpful, especially right now. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to search just the open gen ed arts classes just to sort of show you what you would get. Okay. So here is where you have multiple course options and it's going to go alphabetically for you. And again, you can go through them. You can click on them to get more information about the class. And then if it looks like a course that might be interesting to you, you can select it. Pay attention, like I said, to prerequisites. This is where it will tell you whether or not you can get into the course easily, as well as the class availability. Okay. So this is just one way that you can search for courses. The other way is using Schedule Builder. This is a great alternative to Schedule Builder in that the schedule of courses is always real time. So if you know there was a recent change to the schedule, it may take a little bit longer to update in Schedule Builder, so you can check it here. And it's pretty easy to search by the specific things, like if you need a time or a day of the week or the instructor. Schedule Builder is also really good, and that's where if you need to search by multiple categories, so maybe I need an arts that's also United States or international cultures, that might be where I would go more often for Schedule Builder. But for today, this is the schedule of courses, and hope that you found that interesting and helpful. Have a great day, everybody.